Hello and welcome to That Is Nice. Welcome to the new studio. I'm here once again with Alondra.
Hello, folks.
So, we're going to talk about a few things today, and I figure I could segue into this by saying, since artificial intelligence has taken all humans over, and aliens, you name it,
Yeah.
how would they look at us? How would they just look at our normal behavior that we just do every day, and we'll do it and go on and pretend like it's just nothing? We're going to really break down that behavior. And you have to admit, much of what we humans do is super illogical.
Like weird.
Yeah.
You know, like I just think it's weird at the same time too.
It's super strange,
yeah.
you know, but at the same time, when we're doing it, it makes perfect sense to us. It's only in like forced hindsight that you realize, you're like, whoa, what the fuck, you know? So, I mean, for example, if anybody here has been in a public bathroom, you know, have you ever been just in a public bathroom, like one of the ones that are nice, you know, it's just one toilet and a door, and it's like you have your own privacy.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, you know, the door's locked because you're in there doing your thing, and somebody goes to open it up.
Yeah.
And they're like jiggling the lock, and like, it seems like they're trying to open it forever, and you're just saying, it's closed, you know, what? Stop. And then you just feel the need to say, somebody's in here.
Oh my God, that's the worst. You know, like when, for example, like everybody goes to public bathrooms usually to, you know, let's put it this way, pee or number one or everything, but when you're like really in a rush and you really have to do number two or you know,
that's the worst
like,
scenario.
Oh no, like,
yeah.
You have to tell the person, no, look, there's somebody here. It may take a while, you know. And
well, just you don't go like, oh,
no,
sorry,
you're not gonna, like,
sorry, sir, this might take quite a bit of time.
Like, you know that yourself. Like, you're not gonna say to this person, oh, it's gonna take a while, but you're just so nervous to tell the person, oh, you know, yeah, I'm here. You know, I'm gonna be here.
Right, but it's weird, you know, like. They can figure out that someone's in there because the door is locked, but you still feel the need, you know, because as soon as you hear that door jiggling and everything like that, you're like, fuck, I'm busted. Oh, shit.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Oh, no, I'm caught. I got caught. Oh, what do I do?
That's
and then
the
you just go, someone's in here. It sounds so, like, arrogant and sarcastic, you know? It's like, they're smart enough to figure out that someone's in there. They're not just like, the door won't open. All doors open.
That's exactly the feeling. And like when you say that and then, you know, you finally get out and you're like, make eye contact with that person face to face and you're like,
oh yeah, you're always hoping you don't see them, you know? Like, yes, but the thing is, so many emotions, so many real emotions go through your body when that door is jiggling, because you're like,
just by doing that,
you get angry. You're just mad that that person is trying to just barge in on you, you know?
I agree.
You get mad, and like, who does this person think he is? You know, and then you can either say somebody's in here, or you can just say be out in a minute, or you can also be like, oh no, which is my favorite.
Which one?
When you just are you're so in shock that someone's trying to open that locked door when you're in there.
God, yes.
And so many of those anger emotions and those just like traumatizing feelings go through you that you just freeze, and you're like, if I don't move and if I don't make a sound, maybe they'll think no one's in here and go away. Have you ever done?
Oh my God, yes. So like the thing about it is that you feel like people saw you walk to in the first place, people saw you walk to the bathroom first.
Yeah.
Second, you're like mad because somebody's knocking at the door and you're just doing, you know, your necessity. And then you're like, okay, I had that feeling. Like, what are you saying? No, okay, I'm just going to not say anything. You know, the person will just walk away. But then
you're just in shock. You freeze.
Yes, it will be more uncomfortable than when you get out, though. You know, because you're like, oh yeah, I was here. You know,
but not as uncomfortable is if you just go into like pee, and you look and there's like Someone took a monster dump.
Oh no.
Someone took a monster dump and made a mess, and it smells like there's a decomposing body.
Oh no.
Somewhere in that bathroom.
Yeah.
And then there's someone who's like waiting for you outside, and you know it, so they just try to come in, and you're like, they're gonna think it was me.
That's the worst.
They're gonna think I did this. My life is totally ruined and over forever.
And then they're just gonna look at you like if it's in a restaurant or something, they just look at you like the person that took the dump.
Like you're scum.
Like you're just the person that took the dump. They don't know your name. They don't know anything. They just the person that took the dump.
Exactly. And it's like you feel ashamed of it, like, and you think they're just looking at you like, nobody else in here takes dumps, so why do you have to go and do that?
Like you bastard. Like not to say
you're like,
that.
I don't want anybody to know that I dump. I don't want anybody to know that I dump. But it's all. I mean, you and I even do something totally weird that makes no sense, and it's like we'll go on Zillow.
Oh my God.
Looking like genuinely looking for an apartment, like a place to live, within our price range. And then we're like, let's just look at some prime real estate in Malibu, and we're not scum, so we go to the filter button and we sort price high to low because we don't want to see none of that cheap nonsense. So we're looking at like $50 million beautiful homes.
Like we can afford it.
Yeah, like right on the ocean or some like
modern
penthouse condo, and then we just look at them like, oh wow, look at that one, and then we'll literally see one, which it'll be like $32 million and it's beautiful, and we'll just go, no, that one just like it's just weird.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's like.
It's a beautiful patio and everything.
Oh yeah, but then you forget the things you were actually looking at when you first logged on, and it's like studio apartment with 1.5 bathroom, and you're like, oh, like, well, that's not so bad because the kitchen isn't that close to my bed. And then you're sitting there critiquing like, yeah, I don't like the antique vintage look. I like more of a modern style in my mansions.
Exactly.
And then one last thing is like, and then you're like, shit, I actually really need to go and find an apartment. And you go back and look at your apartments, the ones you can actually afford, and you're like, these are all crap. Like there's you set your standards are so high just from that.
Exactly. And then you like just stop looking. Like everybody's dream is, okay, I want to have this big house, and I want to have this all like good features, and I want to, I don't know if it's like there's a difference between women and men, like of what they want in a house, but like me personally, I have this dream house of having like a big kitchen and a nice one, and we look for those stuff, but then we cannot afford that. Like, and there's like just a few people in the world that can really afford that. So when we're looking at Zillow and we're doing those crazy stuff, we're like, why do we look at these things if we cannot afford it? Then we're just gonna, like you said, we're not gonna look at more houses because we just set our standards so high, like you said,
Yeah.
It's
like we're never gonna find a place to live.
Exactly.
We're never gonna find a place to live.
People are not gonna be like totally content of what they really want either, because they're just looking for all this like great stuff.
Well, how can you be content when a mansion has an antique style in San Francisco right on the water?
Yeah.
How can I sit there and relax?
And like a brown couch. Like, Like different brown couch in the movie theater. Yeah. Please, like.
Wallpaper.
I like modern,
Yeah, wallpaper. And I mean, those aren't even marble flooring. That's not marble floor, bro. That's not marble floor.
Exactly.
That's wood floor. Come on. And then we go back to our apartment that has like that fake laminate stuff. And we're just like...
And just everything is in one place. It's just one room.
Yeah.
Like what is one room is like just half of the kitchen in the other house.
Yeah, but we're sitting there critiquing. Like, oh, they don't have gold on their ceiling. That's just ridiculous. But I mean, it's like just to rattle some off. There's a whole bunch of why people like that, and there's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
I think it was actually the #1 song written in the 1900s.
Which one was it?
You believe in things you don't understand. Superstitions.
That one is a good song.
That's a great song.
Yeah, that's...
But we have them. Like,
We do have a lot of superstitions.
Everybody has some superstition, and you don't know where they come from. You don't know why.
Right?
You know, what's one that what's one that you had? What's one that you can just name off?
Oh my god! Like, I had this like since I was little. So my family, they were, my mom's aunt, grandpa technically died, and like he supposedly left money in like below a staircase, and I always was like,
you told me about this too.
Yes, I know. And like my superstition is like, if you like get the money, you have to like leave your family and go to another country. And like I always was scared about it, and I feel like talking about it, I still get scared. I'm like, I cannot get that money. And like it's weird because why I think that, like, I don't know if it's real. You don't know if it's real. My family doesn't know if it's real. They just think that.
Yeah, so, they do.
Like,
I want to know who started that. Who was like the twisted person in your family who literally just tormented generations?
Literally, like, because I am like the third generation. Let's put it this way. Like, what about you? Like, do you have any that you like since you're little? I have to do this,
Oh yeah, I mean,
thing.
So this one's super. This one makes total sense. Like, this one is absolutely logical.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
I think more people need to be aware of this. There should be some kind of PSA about this because one of my big ones, which I still do to this day. I don't like people to know about it because it's so bad.
Oh man.
That's enough suspense. I'll get right here. It is. When I was a kid, ever since I was a kid, I don't know when it started. I don't know why it started. I didn't hear it from anybody. No one told me about it. Didn't see it on any movie or nothing. I just one day started doing it because I felt like I realized the key to avoiding ghosts.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so if you want to avoid a ghost, what you need to do is every time you drive past a graveyard, like I did when I was a child, and I'll be honest, I have never encountered a ghost. So it's effective.
What did you do?
You want to know?
Yeah, like
when you drive past a graveyard,
you
have to hold your breath. Because if you don't, a ghost will follow you home.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
So you hold your breath like the entire time you go back from that like how does it work? Like, it's just the time you pass it because you're gonna die.
Say you're driving. Well, no. Say you're driving on a road.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you see a graveyard start, and it's like 10 yards away from you on your left. And then as soon as you get right there, and you want to time it just right, you want to get it. You want to start holding your breath right when the graveyard starts, because some graveyards seem like 500 miles long.
Oh,
when you're holding your breath. So you want to get that timing just right. There were ones like, this is a little graveyard, which is nothing. I just look at like,
yeah,
I'm
it's
safe.
Nothing.
So you hold your breath, and the ghosts, they don't hurt you, they don't do nothing. And if I wouldn't do it, if I would just be like looking the other way and everything out the window, and then halfway through a graveyard, I turn my head and I look left, I'm like, oh God, no.
There's another.
Oh, I didn't know. I'll be looking out the right window.
Oh no.
And there'll be a graveyard coming on the left, and we've already driven through half of it. Like, we're not driving through the graveyard.
No, it's
we're not going and running over tombstones.
Yeah.
Like, we're on the road and it's right next to us, and I'll be looking out the right window, and I'll just look over to the left, like.
And you your breath again?
No, I would have a heart attack, because I know. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Not breathing will keep away something that most likely isn't even real. Because what ghost is gonna want to hurt you if you're holding breath?
The funny part is sorry, you were.
No, it's just take it as advice.
The funny part is what about if it's a mile long graveyard, or if you're in the graveyard, if you're going and visiting someone, or if you're how that one in if you go visiting Washington DC, how sometimes you put those flowers for the people that
they're not gonna hurt you when you're doing stuff like that.
They're just gonna hurt you if you pass by them, even if it's a mile long, you just hold your breath, you're dead.
No, that's ridiculous.
That's it.
That's ridiculous. They're not gonna hurt you when you're putting flowers on there.
Oh, or visiting someone, they don't hurt you that way.
No.
It's just when
of course, no. Because it's like if you go to a friend circle,
yeah,
a new one, you've never hung out with any of them,
yes,
but like your best friend is like really close with all of them.
yeah,
You're going there with your best friend. Like if you're going to a graveyard to see somebody, you're going there with somebody you were close with. So that circle's gonna be nice to you, you know. But if you just jump into a random circle of people and start talking, or just drive right past them, or I don't know how, that's just the thing. But
yeah,
they're not gonna be. You don't know what they're gonna do.
That's
but
true.
They're gonna be nice to you at the very least, just because they don't want to upset the person, your best friend, that they're all friends with. It's like that's just common sense. That's just basic. Like that's like one of Newton's theories, I think, that he just didn't say.
Know about it. Yeah,
he
sure.
didn't say.
I'm sure you guys think the same way. Everybody holds their breath in a graveyard.
No, they don't.
Yes. Oh, no, not everybody does,
But now don't say you didn't know.
Now you know.
And I promise you, when you drive past one, you're going to think about it. You're like, oh.
I should do it.
Yeah.
They're here.
So I just got to list them all. There's too many. There's just too many things that like people do that are just weird, So like, just like words. Like I like to call it like word inflation.
Uh-huh.
So for example, I love your shirt. I love your necklace. I love your glasses. I love the way your hair is. I love this. I love that. I love that chair. I love this microphone. I love that camera. I love that window. I love
your hat.
My hat. Now I love everything. Now if I'm telling you I love the chair, I love this, I love all these things, and then I go, hey, I love you.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, you also love the chair.
Exactly.
So that doesn't really, it's just, you love everything. So of course you're going to love me too, I would hope. If you're going to love the chair, you better fucking love me.
Or I love that rock.
Yeah.
I love that rock over there.
Thank you.
I do agree that people just say words just to say it. Sometimes like they just go and like everything. Oh shit, you can't go.
Do you not love me?
Okay, I'm
Sure,
gonna start again.
No, you don't got to start again. It's Gucci.
It's good.
Don't even worry about it, because I know what you're trying to say is you love the rug more than me, but that's okay. That's okay.
I do not love the rock more than you. I'm just saying that people sometimes they just love to just say it, and especially people our age. Don't you think? Like
everybody, it's like everybody loves something that, like love is like they have a strong feeling for something, like the cliche example, like two teenage girls will walk up and be like, oh my God, I love your shoes.
Yes.
It's like, damn. I wish girls would come up to me and do that.
Oh, really?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Not really.
But that's true. Like, I feel like that just gives meaningless to the word love.
Yeah.
Because they just say it to everybody. They just say it so fast. Like, people just, like a girl and a boy are meeting each other, and then a week after or two, or like they just, oh, I love you already.
I love you. Yeah.
It's just, I don't think that should be the case.
And it's weird and illogical, but we do it all the time.
Exactly.
We do it all the time. We superstitions all the time. Do it, makes total sense to us when we do it, but then we're just like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
The saying you love and care about everything when you don't. I have said, and I know it's not just me.
Yeah.
I'm not some sociopath. I have said I cared about so many things only because I felt like it was necessary to say I cared about it.
To do it, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody can relate to that.
Yeah.
They can say, oh yeah, I have said this because I had to.
Yeah.
I just had to.
Exactly. Like
So
you feel like you have to care. You feel
exactly.
It's like, why? But it's just because if you say to a person like, oh my God, I'm so upset this happened, and you're like, oh my God, I care about you so much, and I really, I'm gonna be here and do this for you. Sounds better than, them coming up to you, oh my God, I'm so upset, I can't believe this happened. You're going, I don't care. Like,
and then like I feel like that's weird too, because society just look at those people that say I don't care, because they don't have to care. Like they're rude and weird, and no, the weird part is that you just said you care even if you don't. Like you're just basically lying to the society and yourself, like saying, oh yeah, you care so much about this person, but you really don't. Like why would you say it?
It's like the things you actually care about you keep to yourself and don't tell people. But the things that you really don't care about, you tell everybody.
Exactly. It's more about actions. Like if you care about someone, you just do actions. You just do. Oh, I care so much about you. You know. Like you don't go and say that. And
no.
Not that I'm saying it to you, but you know.
And one thing, all of these weird things. One thing they all have in common is that they're hilarious and they're funny.
Oh my God.
And what do you do when you laugh? And what does everybody do when they laugh? Like they do something which is, it's like when you laugh, what's going on? I mean, it's like you're having you're actually kind of having a seizure, because you can't even
stop.
You can't get a full breath of air in your lungs. You have no control over your lungs. You have no control over your face. It feels like someone's like tickling you from the inside, winky face, and
oh my God.
you know. And it's not a learned behavior. It's not like we all just like when people say when people say they care about things, they say that just because everybody around them is saying that. And there's like a pressure to do it.
Like social behavior.
Yeah. But like babies laugh. Babies will come out laughing.
Yeah.
It's just something about
come out crying.
Well, they cry and stuff, but when they're really young,
they laugh.
They just laugh about stuff. So we laugh.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, if anybody else, the mannerisms and the actions and the things going on when you're laughing with your breathing and your muscles are like flexing.
And like the seizure part.
If you started doing that right now, it's just you didn't have a smile on your face.
Yeah, that.
I would actually be. I would take you to the hospital. It's concerning. But as long as their teeth are showing, it's fine. You know? I mean, I'm not saying we can't laugh. I'm just saying it's weird that we do it. The laughing in itself is really strange, and everybody has a different laugh too. You know.
That is true. Like if you think about it, nobody, like you said, nobody shows the baby. Like the baby literally is totally a new book open that you need to teach everything about. But laughing, but those, feelings like that. So it's just weird how humans are. And like you use your muscles so much, and it doesn't even hurt. It doesn't even hurt. It doesn't even hurt when you're making a seizure, It
will after a while, because you're like, oh.
Yeah, that's true. Like tickle and everything like that. But it's just, you know what it hurts? If a person is doing a fake smile, that's what it hurts. That's why I brought
and it hurts your feelings when you find out that they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Talking about feelings. Not to you, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But yeah, it just hurts, because you're faking it so much that you're not using the normal, like you said, we were talking one time, you just don't use the normal muscles.
Yeah, because you don't have the muscle memory.
Yeah.
When you just naturally do it, you don't have that muscle. You can't just call that muscle memory out when you have to force it. So you have to use a lot of muscles that aren't necessary to use, that aren't as strong. So then your face is just. And
then the funny
now part, I'm just super focused on it.
Very conscious.
Now, my cheeks getting stiff.
Since you started talking about it, I'm just so conscious about my smile. I'm just and then this hurts. I'm
yeah, you gotta rub it out and feel
like that and massage.
Good face massage. People don't really appreciate the face massage. They don't appreciate holding breath for graveyards. Disrespectful. But
cannot believe it.
I can't. I don't know if I want to talk about laughing because now I can't stop. Like seriously. So I'm just boom. Okay, here we go. Next thing. My favorite. All of them are my favorites. That's why they're all in this one. There was too many to pick, so I picked my favorites. And these are...
What is it?
Well, having a good idea and telling yourself you're going to remember that idea and you don't need to write it down.
Yeah.
And then the next day when you are trying to remember that idea, the only thing you remember is telling yourself you don't need to write it down or you remember it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you never do. Like,
yeah.
I never do personally. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do... Like, with all the things that you have to do, too, like... Or ideas, or like you mentioned.
How many brilliant ideas have you had that you've forgotten?
Well,
you don't remember.
I don't.
You don't even remember.
I don't. You know, like you just said, oh, I never have brilliant ideas because you really don't like. Oh yeah, you just thought about it, you just forgot it. I'm like, well, I never had brilliant.
Yeah.
You know. So it's weird. That one is weird too.
Oh yeah.
Like how that happened, you know? You just
because you just are lazy. It's just you know every time you don't write something down, and I'm 100% guilty of it. The only reason I tell myself is I'll remember it. It's just so I don't have to feel bad about not even wanting to get up and write something on a piece of paper. That's how lazy I get. Because if I just go, oh, you know what? I'm just going to let myself forget about this one because I don't have the motivation to write it down. I feel bad. I feel pretty terrible.
And like the thing about it is that, okay, if you start now, like the podcast, and if you start something new in your life and you're like, yeah, I'm going to buy a notebook. I'm going to write out the ideas I have. I'm going to be so organized. A week from there, forget about the notebook.
Yeah.
Forget about writing ideas. You're just... Forget about that.
Forget where the notebook is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Talking about notebooks, that's true. I totally forgot. Like, we even bought one for this.
For ideas, yeah. It's in my bag. I've been using that. I've been using that.
Oh, good.
But I opted out of buying school supplies this year. For this semester of college, I opted out of buying like just folders and binders and paper because I'm a junior and a half now, and all of those
almost senior.
You're not a senior.
Almost senior.
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't say I am. I said almost senior.
Oh, they say fake news. But yeah, so I would always go and spend all this money on supplies and go, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna really put
the effort.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the effort in and really, get my nose in that grindstone and make it happen and make use of these things. And then I take my finals and I grab all the papers, like the syllabus and stuff, and I do my favorite end of the semester baptism sort of thing. I throw it all in the trash.
Yeah.
So I never have to look at it again. Underneath all those papers are perfectly brand new, impeccably wrapped sheets of loose leaf paper.
I found one
empty
today.
Binder. Did you?
Actually, yeah.
I was looking for that.
It wasn't new.
All my ideas are in there. Every good idea I've had was in there. I'm glad you found it.
Oh man, like it was just brand. Well, it wasn't brand new, but it was like a good amount of loose leaf paper, and we never used it. And it was like, I threw it out.
Yeah.
I'm like, we don't.
Oh, you threw it out.
Yeah, we don't need that. We don't use that.
Wow, I thought I was on like a next level, just totally giving up on all that. I would have kept it, just because I still have a glimmer of hope for myself.
Oh man,
You just don't even have a glimmer of hope. You're like,
I just forget it.
I know I'm not even gonna use this, even though it's right here. Forget it.
I thought about saving it, oh, okay, let me save it. Maybe I, get the motivation if it's there. It has been there.
And then you just reel with yourself for a second. And
yeah,
go, okay, well.
For a year or more.
That's never happened.
Yeah.
That's good. I guess learning from mistakes. Maybe that's what it's for, is to teach yourself, to like reflect in on who you are and what your limits and capabilities are. That's why you buy school supplies.
Oh, yeah.
That's why.
And not use it. Well, it's supposed to be used, That's why.
It's supposed to be. But everything's online, and college in general, that's actually probably a good one to talk about too.
Yeah, it sucks. By the way.
It's weird. I was gonna.
It's weird.
No, yeah, but no, it does kind of suck.
Yeah.
But we're doing it, baby. Unfortunately.
But the weird part about it. What is it like? You said it yourself. Like before, you take 2 years of like random classes. They just have to take before your major.
Oh, they classify them as gen eds, and it's to expand your horizons.
Gen eds, like general education.
To expand your horizons, Alondra.
So what is that about? Like you just because you're taking a music class, you may be a musician.
Well, I'm going.
When you're gonna be a doctor, or a business,
I'm going for business. What if I want to start playing violin? Because when I tried it from 3rd to 7th grade, I just didn't give it enough time to realize that maybe I don't want to do it. I needed to try it again.
Yeah.
But this time I had to pay.
Exactly.
Because if I pay for it, they're doing that. They're making us pay for it. They don't want it. They don't want to make us pay for it. They're just doing that.
Exactly.
That hurts them to do it. It hurts them to do it. Spending 2 years to take classes that are required for a bachelor's degree. And then you spend the last 2 years of that bachelor's degree taking the classes that you, I'm trying to think of the right phrase, signed up for,
Exactly. Like 4 years ago.
Yeah. It's like, okay, well, I'm glad I'm done with all that stuff after 2 years and all these classes.
Yeah.
Can I try being a business person now?
Exactly.
Can I take my business classes now?
Instead of like a diversity class or a music class, or they just they just want your money. They just that's what it is.
No.
They just
what?
That's
what?
Just, I don't understand. Expand minds, and how many college students change majors because it expand.
That's true. But it is good to have an expanded mind. I think it is good to. I think it's good to have to want to know more about a bunch of different things.
Mm-hmm.
And really, it's good to know what you're talking about.
I guess.
And it's good to know about the world you live in. It's good to keep up on the news and politics. But you shouldn't have to pay
exactly
an absorbent amount of money and be forced and call them prerequisites or classify them as credits so that you can go and take the classes that you wanted to take 2 years ago.
Exactly. I feel like we just call it bachelor's because we're just taking those extra classes that we.
It's nothing.
It's really not a difference between an associate and a bachelor's degree.
In reality,
you just basically take directly your classes that you need to take, and you're done.
Yeah.
2 years done.
But you don't have the prestige. You don't have the prestige of saying you went to a university and saying you have a bachelor's degree. You have to just say you have an associate's degree, which doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
Because if you're a nurse
and
everything, if you're a nurse and let's just say I own a hospital because I'm that awesome.
He is ambitious.
Yeah, it's because I held my breath in graveyards. And I kept my standards high. Thank you, Zillow. So I now own a hospital. And she's coming and wants to work for me.
Oh, yeah.
And if she says to me, she goes, okay, here's my resume. I'm a nurse. I have a bachelor's degree. Here's the list of classes I took. She takes all the NSG, all of the anatomy classes, all of everything she needs. I'm like, okay, that's good. And she also has interpretive dance theory. And she also has...
diversity.
Diversity, I guess, yeah. Diversity.
Which is good. I'm not saying it's bad,
You're Puerto Rican. I think you're good. All these, just leave it in interpretive dance theory, okay? And I'm like, okay, wow. And then another applicant comes in, took all the same classes except she only took the ones for nursing. They both had the same scores. They both have the same amount of work experience, which is none. And then I'm sitting here going, Well, I mean, they both have the same credentials. But she did take interpretive dance theory, and I think we need to spruce up this hospital a little bit with some nice fun and joy impulsive dancing. So, boom, you're hired. Good thing you got that bachelor's degree. It's so unnecessary.
Right?
It's so unnecessary to have to take that.
I agree.
It's an extra. Let's see if like the cost of attendance for a state school is like roughly like $27,000.
It is.
A year.
Yes, a year.
So that's over $50,000 extra that you have to spend. $50,000.
Yeah.
$50,000. That's a Tesla Model 3.5.
Oh my god.
You can get one Model 3 and then get the other half.
That's basically like a small house. You can find a decent.
That's an investment.
House. Yeah.
That's an investment into some sort of like a stock. You could put that in a stock. I would rather have taken $50,000 and replaced it, and just reinvested it from a school, like for these classes that I didn't think are going to help me in business at all, and put that into maybe, something that's going to increase the money instead of just throwing it away for something that I'm not going to think about 2 years later. And I'm not the kind of person to say, school's stupid, I don't need this. School is super important. I think everybody needs to be educated. And I think if you're not, if you're not going to go to school, you should at least have like a thirst for knowing more. You should at least want to try to know more.
But you can basically learn everything from online and stuff, Yeah. You can Google it and it will be there. You can learn everything that you learn in your classes and online. You're not gonna have your degree from certain careers that you need to learn from professor.
Yeah.
Like doctor or something. But
doctor is not. But
yeah,
doctor. So where did you learn to do this heart surgery before you give me this anesthesia and cut open my chest? He's like, oh, I watched a real good YouTube video. All right, drug him up.
That's not gonna happen. But basic genetic stuff you can learn online.
I mean, I'm not gonna you're not gonna go to the doctor, and if you need some sort of surgery, and he goes, I never met my music requirement in college. I might fuck up this surgery. I'm sorry.
That's not gonna happen.
If I just knew what a G chord was, maybe I would be able to save you, but I don't. I don't care. My doctor tells me that, I'm like, okay, it's fine. Just do it, please.
Just do it. I just need the surgery. I don't need if you play violin or like you said or something,
Yeah, and it really does. You're right. I mean, it's about. This might sound harsh. It could be, but it's kind of the truth.
Yeah.
It really does make people change their major a lot, because if somebody's ever since they were a little kid and wanted to be a doctor, since we already mentioned it, wanted to be a doctor, and then they go and they take so they took 2 years of science classes and stuff they would need to get into the program that they need to. They took all their prerequisites, which would be a lot of science. And then on their second year, the last semester of their second year before they start taking serious classes, they take one accounting class.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Just because they need an explore whatever. What is it?
Explore career or something like that.
I forgot the word.
What was the path?
A path. That's UB though. They needed something just because it says they need it to graduate. So they take an accounting class just because it's the only one open, and then now they go, wow, I really like accounting. I'm not going to be a doctor anymore. I'm just going to be an accountant. So now all those science classes, all those prereqs in chemistry, all those biology classes, all those things
done.
Don't matter when you're making an income statement. Don't matter when you're doing the books. So you just wasted all of that time, and
2 years.
You're essentially back to square one.
Yeah.
And if you never knew you would have liked being an accountant better than a doctor, and you were very happy about being a doctor, and that seemed like the best thing in the world, never would have been an accountant, and you would have became a doctor, and you would have been happy with it. You would have when you're a doctor, you're not going to go back and be like, damn, I should have been an accountant.
No.
You would have known if you liked it.
That is true.
And it sounds bad, but it's kind of it's manipulative, I guess.
Well, but is it like in a one part is a good thing because you find something that you really love, and another part I feel like schools also do it because they just want students to kind of continue their education and be more years in school. Let's put it this way, maybe.
It's money.
You know,
it's just money. They keep finding things to justify costs to increase the price, and I understand that there are many things where price will go up, but it's too much. People should not have to just. I'm not saying I don't think college should be free either. By the way, I don't think college should be free. I just think cost should be reasonable. That's it.
Exactly.
College shouldn't be. In my opinion, I don't think it should be free, but I think it should be accessible for everybody.
I mean, I think it should be free for those that really cannot pay it and really want that education, too. And I do agree with you, like, at least like, even if room on board, like, it's less expensive, or like the classes itself, like, okay, like, can you give just little amount of money to those that, cannot pay it, and
right,
just,
or even if you pay like a $800 transportation fee to use the busing system,
and you don't,
but you never use the bus, you should be able to get a waiver for that, But
I agree. Different cases. Different people.
Yeah. I mean, but not everybody goes to college. Some people go, they just go and start work right away, or trade school, technically college, but it's fine. I actually sometimes I wish I went to trade school, but don't tell my mom.
Trade school?
Just kidding. Trade school. It's where you go and you learn a trade. Like you go and you learn.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I got it.
I'll let her know something that all of us can probably relate to is road rage. Road rage is a beautiful, stunning image every time I see it and every time I feel it. It's a gift because the way you act when you're on the road, you get mad at people. You're like, get the hell out of the way. What the fuck are you doing? If someone's going too slow, you're like, oh my God, get up. You just like go and like swerve past them, and then you just go and cut them off and go right in front of them because you want them to know that you think that you think they're POS, or if you're just stuck in traffic, you're going, oh my God, come on, why is it moving? You're in a car and you're doing that and stuff, and I do it. A lot of people do it. Some people are more controlled than me, but a lot of people do it. So now, can you imagine if you went to the mall and you're walking through the mall and there's like a bunch of people and you're walking and then you're trying to get to, I don't know, what's a store? Macy's. You're trying to get to Macy's. Something. And there's like a few people in that day, so you gotta like swerve in and out of them, and you're just going, oh, get the fuck out of the way.
Get out.
And
or push them or like flick them off or anything or
exactly
that words.
Like everybody's just walking.
Yeah.
And you're just like you're the one person who's like running to get to Macy's. There's no sale or nothing. You're just the only person running to get to Macy's. Get the fuck out of here, oh my God. You look back, you're like, yeah. It's just when you look back and say that, they're only like 2 feet away from you.
Exactly.
and then even if someone's going too slow and you want to make it known, you just get really close behind them and everything and like step on the heels of their shoes like every step.
You're like breathing in the ear.
Yeah. And then that person that you're following really close, he'll be walking normally, then he'll just stop suddenly and like, oh yeah, you're gonna stop.
Gonna do that?
You're gonna brake check me, huh?
Exactly. That's so weird.
It's insane. It'd be hilarious if people act like that in normal.
But it would be funny, like, why? I want to know why people like are so rude in the roads. Like, you're so important that you have to like go more quickly than the other person to that place that you're going.
Well,
like that would be like when you're in the mall and you're walking behind this person, or you're trying to like. A person is going to Macy's and you're going to Macy's too. Why do you have to go like faster? Like is your time is that important? that you have to.
Maybe
go
that person
first,
has to
right?
do
Somewhere.
something at Macy's. Maybe that person works at Macy's.
Maybe it's
You know, that one person might work at Macy's, but it could be. Look at it in the perspective of the person who's angry at somebody who's driving too slow. Yes, you may say that the person who's angry is being rude and think they're more important.
Yeah.
But when you're angry, you think the person who's not going fast enough, or maybe you think the person who's going exactly 65 on the highway,
When it's
exactly 65, maybe even 55, maybe even 45.
Oh my God.
You look at it like when somebody walks into a room and everything, and they don't just walk normally, they walk in like all slow and take up all the space like this. You know, that's when you're mad, you look at it like someone's just going like, just strutting, you know, and doing that like gawky walk. And you're like, this person's the one who's rude.
You have to look at both perspectives, yeah, but you can never know, like, okay, do you look the perspective of why that person's slow, you know? Like, you're not going to see the perspective when you're mad, but maybe that person's slow because it has, like, something going on or something of the car is wrong. And, you know, if you're so
then you shouldn't be driving it.
If you're, well, but if you're like a person...
I'm getting mad.
You know, I'm saying, like, if you're a person that is running late for your work, leave early next time.
But
you know, leave early next time.
But
I get mad too. I am guilty too. I get mad for people.
But why should you plan your life around people who don't even want to go as fast as they should on a beautiful dry summer's day? I understand if it's snowing out, but on a beautiful dry summer's day, why should I go? Oh, I got to get up and leave for work an extra hour early today because there's going to be somebody who I know is going to go slow, and I'm going to lose an hour of sleep. So I'm not mad at them on the road today.
No, you have to just plan it like 10 minutes earlier or something like that.
Have you ever been behind a slow driver in one lane where you can't pass them? You think that only takes 10 minutes?
No, trust me, I have been late to work.
You think that takes 10 minutes? You ever got stuck behind a bus? Or a man on a bicycle in a 4-lane road?
No, worse. I got stuck behind a bird. A bird.
This is true. This is true.
So talking about I have been late to work and I have gotten
that's
stuck
the
behind,
best one actually.
You know, behind someone and it's so slow and you're like mad, but I should have been earlier to work. You know, I shouldn't have been late. You know, like a bird. Okay?
But the bird was eating another dead bird right in the middle
of the road. So you know,
here's the video. I'm just gonna play the video. I'm just gonna insert the video.
Yes,
into this.
that's hilarious. And I'm sorry if people, get offended.
Graphic.
Yeah, it's a little bit graphic.
Nature. It's nature, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you wake up tomorrow and you eat eggs, you're eating a bird, so you can get over it. But so yeah, that's a pretty good one. The video's hilarious. You honk, you like,
and
it doesn't move. It doesn't move and everything, but it'll honk. It looks up at you and everything, sees you honking, and you're like,
and it goes down again.
So why were you being rude to the bird? Why are you more important than that bird eating that other dead bird?
I wasn't. I was like really patient. I was there like.
You honked at it. You don't honk at somebody unless they really cross the line.
Well, you don't honk at somebody until you wait a minute or more.
Oh, a minute.
I don't know how
you're
much.
You're telling me 10 here. You don't even wait a minute.
I don't know how much I waited for the bird, but I didn't like he was eating another bird in the middle of the road, and I want him to get out of it already.
Oh, why did it seem like he was? You thought he was more important?
No,
that's where he should eat his meal.
No.
Was he offending you by him, blocking things up because he wants to sit there and pretend like everything is his? That bird, this entire road is his. Is that?
No.
Oh,
he was right in the middle of the road.
You should have left earlier.
I should have.
You should have left a few minutes earlier to make time for when you knew inevitably. No, when you knew inevitably there was going to be a bird eating another dead bird in the road.
Well, but the thing about it is I wasn't in a rush. I just be because, you know, I wanted that bird to.
Oh, so you're mad for no reason at this bird.
I know.
Wow.
I was mad because that bird was just in the middle of the road. Like, he's just taking the entire space, you know? I didn't have to be anywhere, but you have to get out. You
don't even have an excuse, it sounds like to me. You had all the time in the world.
I do. I did.
Wow, man. I mean, that's just sad. It's like...
It's a bird. You know?
It's just a bird. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a bird.
I'm sorry for those animal lovers about birds.
All the birds watching. We support bird rights and bird law.
They can eat other birds.
Yeah, bird law says you can eat other birds. Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia
oh my God.
is well read in bird law.
Bird law, yeah.
But, if you were at Disney, you know, just the last traffic comparison to real like life, not inside of a car that I have to make. Imagine you go to Disney with your family and you're waiting to get on a Disney ride, which
Toy Story.
Toy Story. You're waiting to get on Toy Story so you can shoot some alien. We shoot aliens.
I think it's
and
both.
Zorg.
Like to the aliens. They shoot something to the aliens.
To get on a Toy Story ride. Okay? So you're in line and the line says, "Oh, it's a 30-minute wait."
Yeah.
On the big sign above.
Mm-hmm.
30-minute delay till you can shoot some aliens. Now imagine someone who just gets in that line and everything. They were walking fast in the park and they just get in that line and everything starts to slow down. Like, oh my God, are you fucking kidding me again? I gotta what is going on? It's so congested. It's gridlock, folks. It's just constant gridlock. I'm gonna be late. And then instead of honking at people when they're not moving up in the traffic, you just go, "Hey, fucking move." Yeah.
Like that, yeah. That is rude. That is just rude.
But
because you have to wait in line just like all the other people are waiting.
It's just, I know it's rude. It's rude to do it's rude to do in your car too.
Yeah.
In reality, but it's just so funny that we do, you know?
Right?
But
it's
then
weird.
We'll go in the mall and if someone's walking too slow in front of us, we'll just be like, I'll just walk around him. It's fine. I'll just walk right around him. It's okay.
Or even walk behind the person. You just slow your pace to walk behind the person.
Exactly.
That's how much patience
it could be because that, you know, you wouldn't want to walk directly behind somebody because people have like a personal bubble. They have a personal bubble. The reason it's okay with a car is because the space in a car is larger than the space in someone's personal bubble.
Mm.
So you're not in their personal bubble. But if cars were just like a chair with wheels on it, not like a wheelchair, but it had a motor. If people drove around, if people's cars were just a car seat with a steering wheel and nothing surrounding them, and you also had the same vehicle and that's what everybody drove.
Oh no.
Then you're not going to go and ride their tail and everything and go, "Hey, get the fuck out of the way." Exactly. Because now you're in the personal bubble. And also, they can hear you.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, I think that's why humans do it, because the other person cannot hear. Like, the other person doesn't know you are rude to, you know.
Oh, yeah. And then you don't feel bad.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't feel bad if they don't know about it. You only feel bad.
They didn't cut you.
Yeah.
You only feel bad way.
You only feel bad if you hurt their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've never had anybody like honk at me and everything, and then see them just speed on past me and just drive right past me and everything. And I was just sad after that. I was like, oh, man, that hurt. Never.
Just nobody is.
Yeah, it's just as long as you're not in that personal bubble.
Exactly.
You're good. You're good.
I do agree.
We gotta end this thing. Okay, Alondra? So, let us know what are some things you find odd about humans that on the surface seem perfectly normal, but once you crack that surface, you have no idea why. Some weird things that we do. Let us know in the comments. Remember to follow us at That Is Nice Podcast on Instagram. So, was it nice?
It was very nice. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. No problem. My pleasure. We love having Alondra on.
Thanks.
That is all, folks. Thank you for tuning in, and have a good day.